Hello and welcome back to the Monch Hours Podcast. I'm your host, John, and I'm here with my great friend and co-host.
That's me, guys. Jordan, what up?
Jordan. Yes. I mean, Jordan, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, bro. You know, just
you living the island life?
Island vibes, bro, all day. I got 2 surf sessions in today.
2? Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Damn, man.
Woke up
like Johnny Tsunami, dude.
Oh, bro, you know it. Going Richter.
What, call you Jordy Tsunami?
I'll take it, bro. Whatever.
No, you won't.
I'll take it maybe the first time, but not the sixth.
That's not happening. Yeah. Anyways, so this week we're going to be recapping on our new anime that we started, which is No Gun Life, which is pretty cool. Of course, our old one, our retro rewatch, which is Samurai Champloo. And our manga, which is Chainsaw Man. Plus everything else that we're watching, like ReZero, Fireforce, I'm watching that. And our theme of the week, which this week is going to be talking about fan service, everyone's favorite subject, or I should say everyone's most controversial subject. So if you're interested in any of that, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be going into that pretty soon. But first, I think you know what's coming up here, Jay. We got to crack that cold one and cue the intro.
Welcome to the Monch Hours Podcast, where we consume manga and anime with pleasure. Crack a cold one and enjoy the show.
I hope we can finally fight without any distractions now.
How do you know the Muju style?
Fate is a fascinating thing. The Muju style would be something that I alone am the master of. There's no escaping that it's your destiny to die by my hand.
Since it is destined, I'd like to see what the hand of God is all about.
Gladly. I've been sitting idle now for far longer than I would have liked.
I'm not going there to die. I'm going to find out if I'm really alive. I have to do it, Faye.
It's all a dream.
Yeah. Just a dream.
And we're back. Jay, what are you sipping on this week?
I got myself a Bikini Blonde lager.
Oh,
so, yeah, dude.
Bikini Blooms, huh?
Bikini Blonde. That's nice. It's crisp.
Blonde, okay.
Yeah.
I got myself a Flyjack Firestone House Flyjack, which is it's hazy, but it's pretty crisp. It's on the light side. It's like only 96 calories. Not that I'm counting, but I like to feel good. If I'm drinking the beer and a little extra, hey, this is good for me. No, I don't mind.
Yeah, dude, I don't care. But I mean, it is like, especially when you're on like your 5th or 6th, you're like, maybe something lower in like the calories and carbs would be a good move. Yeah, we're getting old, bro. Like, we're getting older. We gotta keep these things in mind.
Yeah, I know I do, because I got 2 younger brothers, and the youngest one is like fresh 22.
Yeah.
Dude, man, they get no hangovers. They're out to like 4 a.m.
I mean,
no problem.
That was us at one point.
Yeah, it was. I remember Tuesdays, brew days, man.
Oh, bro.
And good friends.
Playing, what were we playing? Asshole.
Asshole, dude.
Oh, dude.
You know what? Honestly, I've never heard anyone else play that. I think it's a game that Zach made up on the spot.
He probably did, and it's a great game.
It's a great game.
Dude.
But I remember, man, every time the go-to 40s of Mickey, whatever six-pack we want, that's some orange juice, and that was the night.
That's all we needed. That was a good Tuesday.
Oh, also, this is the first video, so I'm rocking the official weeb crew neck. Got Usagi, Sailor Moon, on the shirt, on the print. This is straight up high quality garbage material on a Gildan crew neck. The basic. But hey, you know what? It works. I got it for a good price. So, anyways, guys, let's
Looks pretty
start talking
dope.
about. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I have a pen here. I keep messing with, and now I'm being self-conscious because I'm on video of all the things I'm touching. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, just don't pick your nose, bro.
I know. Actually, I don't. So if you do, I'll get a high-res shot of it, and I'll put it on Twitter for punishment. But yeah, guys, let's talk about this. So, fan service. If you guys don't know what fan service is, for those that are just tuning in, it's basically what you would imagine. So it's like ecchi. Okay, I guess that doesn't help anyways. But okay, so if you're like watching a music video like MTV and you see the nice bodies and like the skin and all that, that's pretty much what fan service is, but like an anime or manga format. It's like you have a character and something happens to where they lose like some article of clothing and you don't get the full nudity, but you get like the partial nudity, maybe some side boob, no nipples, or maybe like Fireforce had the firefighter guys with like just a single string covering their groin region. So that's what we call fan. We call fan service. That's what's known as fan service. Fan service, not porn, not hentai, just almost like borderline.
Yeah,
So
like
that's what fan
PG-13 kind of.
Yeah, I guess 13,
Yeah,
maybe
PG.
like R-rated or parental. Yeah, is that parental guidance? Who knows, dude? You know what, dude? Modern day is so fucked with the media.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say PG-13.
And you know what? I still want to talk about too because like I have quite a few friends. One of our friends, you know what you are. They'll straight up watch an anime, and if it's like any type of fan service, they're gonna put it off. Like, nope. Yeah, this is not for me. This the fan service. But dude, on the other hand, they'll be like the most diehard Game of Thrones fan watching two people fuck on screen and have no problem with it. Dude, what's up with that? Where's the disconnect on that? One's real. These are real people. One's 2D fictional characters, and you have the problem with the 2D, but you don't have the smush on screen.
I mean, I think in my mind, like, it's the fact like it's animated, so because it's probably.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how they're coming across on it, but yeah, just animated. Like we grow up on cartoons. Like most people think that it's like a children's medium. So I think there's this maybe that that disconnect.
That's a good point, actually. That's a
But-
real good point. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. When you have the separation of live action and then animation, I feel like that could weird some people out.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
sometimes it weirds me out.
Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, if we get into where the characters depicted in the way are underage, then yeah, that is definitely the creepier side of things. And I know I don't want to get too much into the semantics of things, but there's like that caveat or that kind of copy pasta where it's like, oh yeah, but this is like 1,000-year-old dragon in a girl's body or something.
Yeah.
Some stupid shit like that. But in that sense, yeah, I do agree with that where it probably shouldn't be. Especially, I think the biggest culprit and currently right now is the My Hero. Now the anime doesn't have any fan service whatsoever, or the manga of the children. But these are kids. The premise takes place these kids who just want to be heroes. They're in high school and they go through to fight the bad guys. But then on the fan art side of things, you do see like definitely the road where everything kind of gets into questionable territory in terms of fan service and just straight up hentai. So I do see why it's that. But with that, it's actually interesting, and I'll ask you this, I think you brought a good point when you mentioned mediums. I believe like the biggest disconnect or like the line that gets drawn is where pretty much Western culture, Western people that are brought up, in our country, when they get shown, like the Eastern or like the JP culture, where to them it's like I don't want to say to them, that doesn't sound right, but like it's almost like it's just a part of it, and there's no real like they don't really bat an eye. It's just like it's a part of the anime culture. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's funny, like thinking about that though, like from what I understand in Japan, like most people are pretty like buttoned up, like proper. like on the outside, a lot of people, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like a lot of people are more, they put on like the face that is like just proper. It's a proper country, you know, everyone is polite and, you know, just considerate of everyone else.
Right.
And then I don't know if it plays into the fact that like maybe behind doors, like they're more accepting of like, you know, fan service, or like just they have like a freaky side, you know. Yeah, so I don't know if that like plays into it at all.
I just, you know, I think fan service has been in the anime manga world for as long as I can remember. One of the earliest memories I have, or one that stands out to me, is when I first watched the Neon Genesis Evangelion rebuilds. This was like 2.22, and then they had at the end of the movie, they had an intro or a preview of what's to come in 3.33, which I don't know which didn't make any sense at all, because 3.3 didn't come out till like minimum 5 years later, and it was completely different. But if you're familiar with the NGE kind of formatting, is they usually, like in the opening, they have a scene that goes through an animation, and then it transitions into just a black screen with the white typography that is the NGE typography, and then I'll go into animation, and then again black screen, and then so it did that, but on one of the black screens, the font, it was just straight up fan service, like it was promoting fan service. So that's where I kind of think that in that realm, it's like maybe not expected, but it's part of the package in a way.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there is the etchiness and all that, and which and again we're going back to what you said, like, you know, why is there the disconnect? Because, you know, like it's expected, right, in animation, but like in the Western, like if I'm like just right now, for example, I had some family over and we're watching some old music videos, like of the 2000s, right? Or when we were in middle school, we were in high school, and it was like Sean Paul or what's his name, Millionaire, Lil Wayne, and in those videos, you know, they have girls, guys dancing, you know, that would be considered fan service, and we don't bat an eye to it. So it's really interesting the point you brought up, where it's the type of medium that really draws the line.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine if like you were watching Doug and some fan service came on. That shit would be weird, you know? Or like,
Yeah,
hey, say Arnold or something. Like,
well, I mean, those are they would. I mean, that's my initial reaction. Given the space that it's in elementary. Now, most fan service does come, at least from my experience, comes to the ones of the appropriate age.
Yeah.
Which again is another talking point, especially in the fan art side of things, especially on Twitter. As I mentioned earlier, the My Hero Academia is probably one of the biggest culprits of that. But then you also have like even Demon Slayer, and I'm mentioning these animes that are fairly recent because, of course, that's what draws the most attention.
Yeah.
But like Demon Slayer, you have Nezuko, who is Tanjiro's younger sister. Now she does turn into a demon, and it's interesting because actually I'm going to end it at that, because I'm going to be heading into spoiler territory, which I don't want to get into, especially with the movie coming out. So kind of throws me off track, but I don't want to. I'm a big Demon Slayer stan, so I don't want to ruin anything for the readers and watchers out there. So I don't want to say that. But like NGE, you know, Fireforce. One of the characters is, I guess it's considered ecchi, like an ecchi show, but one of the characters, her curse or one of her abilities is she has the lucky lecher or something, where it's pretty much something always bad luck happens to her, and she'll, like, for example, the most recent thing was she has a nun. She dressed as a nun so she can put to rest the demons, the fire demons, peacefully. As she's going to help the firefighters, and she like trips and everything comes off except like her underwear and then the veil of the top of the head. And it's just like, okay, you know, that's fan service. There's no way getting around that.
Yeah.
So
what about dude, like DBZ, the whole Master Roshi just
Master Roshi.
He was promoting it. Like, I just remember being a kid and like him sending Goku in his training to like, go get think this was in Dragon Ball actually, but he had to go get porn magazines for him, and like you just see him on his coffee table, and you're like, what is that?
Wasn't there like a scene where like young Goku and like a Bulma, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just Dragon Ball, like the panties or something.
Yeah, he like lifts up the blanket 'cause she's asleep and is like creeping on her.
Yeah, yeah, man. See, that's just like it's the disconnect, and I think we don't. It's interesting when you come to a culture aspect of it, because as much as you may have a problem with it, or I have a problem with it, or somebody has a problem with it, I don't think we have the right to say that it's wrong if you're not a part of that culture. If you didn't like, I would never go to some like JP artist and be like, you can't draw this, and I see it a lot, like you shouldn't draw this. Now it's not like if it's something like straight pedophilia, then I'll be like, okay, that's really fucked up and weird. But if it's like fan service or something, or if it's like Bulma, or if it's like Masato from NGE who's like an adult, it's like I'm not gonna step in and be like, oh, you shouldn't be drawing this. As a matter of fact, it's I've been exposed to it enough to where in my mind, it's a part of that anime package, that manga package, that fan art package as a whole. Like it accentuates it, because these artists, they do it in such a way that it is legitimate art, and I have no problem saying, if we take the classics, we're talking about Da Vinci, in that region, how many of them painted, naked ladies, naked men. And again, I'm saying, like, I know I'm going to an extreme. In my mind, that's how, when you look at art as art and not as some ulterior motive, then I think you really can see it as its full value, or maybe its full potential, into where it's not so much, oh, you're just drawing naked chicks because you're horny, go to horny jail. It's like you're really appreciating every aspect that you can, and that may be a particular medium that gets the attention and gets the likes that you tested. And hey, in today's world, a lot of people live or die off social media, and getting that one viral tweet, that one viral image can make or break you. So
yeah, I mean, when you look at it too, like I think in like ancient Japan, wasn't it like Kabuki art? Wasn't that?
Samurai Champloo. We just watched that a couple weeks ago.
Yep. So yeah, it was just basically like the art of drawing women naked.
Right, and men too. Well, I think they said something about where the like homosexuality was at its like highest point there, or like it was the most accepted for a long time at that point. Yeah, which is cool. I didn't know that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that is awesome.
That's really cool to see that, because as you know, it's so sad even to this day. In the Americas, how that's and I'm sure every country has it too, but it's like, damn, is there going to be? I hope in my lifetime there's going to be a day where someone's sexual preference isn't considered a slander.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, year 2020, we can get past this. Like,
2020, dude. If Corona doesn't kill us, if the damn murder hornets don't kill us, it's a fucking whatever, dude. We got to come out of this better people. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. We just got to appreciate one another, and that's the human race. Yeah. Let's get it. But yeah, so was there, and in terms of fan service, I think we come into of course, the waifus or your crush, whatever. So I actually have a question for you. Like, who was your first, like, if you can remember, like, who was your first chick, your first waifu, I guess, in anime?
Ah, man, you're gonna put me on the spot like this?
Dude, I have to. It just came to my mind, dude. So, like I said, I'm like 5 deep because I had a good grill in the beginning. I had some family come over. I was grill master for the day, and everyone complimented me. So I'm on a good level.
Maybe Android 18.
Oh, Android 18. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Maybe. Like, you're saying my earliest, so that might be it.
Maybe not so much waifu, but the first time you were like, wow, she's cute.
I mean, that'd probably be it. I mean, that was the beginning.
Okay. Respect to that.
Yeah. How about you?
I always go back to like Botan from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh yeah, Botan's good too.
Yeah, and maybe it was the accent, maybe it was the blue hair. I don't know. The Botan was like a big one for me.
Yeah.
And then maybe as things progress, if I think back. Oh yeah, Faye Valentine. Faye Valentine, of course. Like those two. I actually put a tweet out the other day where it's like, I was like, there is a type, and it was like Botan, Faye Valentine, Motoko from Ghost in the Shell, and then Haruko from FLCL, Fooly Cooly.
Yeah.
And it's like all of them have like bangs or some type of like hair that falls forward a bit. I mean, even Botan has like the ponytail, but I don't know. Those old school '90s girls, man. There's something about them.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
That's a good question.
But then again, as we go to the modern day era, if you're not looking at my screen right now, but as the viewers can see, 02 is my like number one currently. And it's so funny. I was talking to a friend, and they were like, "Oh, like what's your type?" And I was like talking, like, "Oh, really? I thought you would like pretty much like based everything of my typing off like 02." I'm like, no. I was like, that's. I get it. I get like people like take their waifus like supreme levels, but it's at the end of the day, it is 2D. As much as we can. I mean, yeah. And I'm gonna take what I get. If there's a cute girl, I'm not gonna, go, "Oh, sorry, you don't have horns. You're not a part dinosaur." Later.
You're not. I took it as you would,
like
bro.
02, yeah, like 02's part. You haven't seen you'll. The first episode they go over.
Yeah,
like she's part Klaxosaur or whatever.
Yeah, I got that.
But yeah, that's how far back I go with like Botan, and then even like Bleach. Some cuties in there.
Yeah, there wasn't any fan service really in Yu Yu Hakusho, huh?
I feel like there was.
Really?
I'm pretty sure there was. Maybe if the tournament arc, we get into not so much of like the main cast, but like definitely in the tournament arc, like the cat chick, the announcer. I'm pretty sure had some.
The announcer. Yeah, forgot about her. She was cool. Yeah. I liked her.
Yeah, and Cowboy Bebop, there was the scene where like Faye's in the casino, and I mean even Faye's outfit.
Yeah.
But Faye's in the casino, and she has like a nice dress, and things are kind of bouncing around a bit. But
Bleach, just anytime Rangiku.
Yeah, and Fooly Cooly, Fooly Cooly is all about that teenage angst. Which and that's the point I want to make too, is sometimes these animes like really hit the spot in terms of that, because you have to remember, a lot of these do take place, like Fooly Cooly, we have a high school kid, and if we remember we're back in high school, everyone's hormones are kind of, at the certain points, and that is an honest depiction of the time that it's portraying.
Yeah.
So
I can understand that, and like as a set piece and everything, but then like it can be like kind of dangerous, getting into like dangerous territory when like people like on the internet, like you saying, like the fan art pages kind of like go deeper, you know what I mean? Like that's where we get, that's getting into, we're getting dangerous, because
100% agree with that.
I mean,
like
that might be step one in like, going down a dangerous path. So
yeah, there's got to be a line, There's the comedy, the romantic comedy, the rom-com, which is okay to me, but there's definitely a hard line when you get into the intended, like purposefully creation of questionable things,
Yeah.
And I do agree with that 100%.
Yeah, come on, like My Hero, you have at it with Midnight. Do whatever fan service or fan art you want to do. Like, it's all good. But just leave Yaoi
Leave the kids out.
Yeah.
Leave the kids out. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And yeah. And again, it's interesting. If anyone has any insight on that, like I said, I don't want to put any words in the mouth or even pretend to assume I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the Eastern culture side of things. If that's, and I don't know where that comes from, but I know definitely in our side of the world, hopefully, well, I can't, there's some weird shit coming out right now, but I think we know where the line needs to be drawn in our eternal kind of monologue of yeah,
it's cool on Twitter, like you see people just getting called out for that now, like
which is good.
And anime Twitter, that's not a place for that. And it's good. Like,
Yeah.
people
Well,
aren't
dude,
just
I mean,
ignoring it. So
we're talking about this. I told you, like, when we first were doing this podcast, and I first ventured into the anime Twitter world, and now you're a part of it. So I got to give you the applause. You jumped in. It was so funny. I was talking to one of our Twitter followers on Twitter, and I had to like say, they're like, who's High Rizza? I'm like, dude, that's Jordan, my co-host. I was like, hey, I showed, like, it's so funny. I showed him, we got like, and he never joined Twitter, but then as soon as I said we got some like good feedback, here he is.
dude,
he's jumping on my coattails. Yeah,
bro, I jumped straight in, head first.
Now you see though, like, there's some crazy shit on there,
dude. There's some comedy. Like, I don't even know. I don't know. Like, there's some comedy, and then it gets creepy, and then
there's some like soft block territory. I'm not the one to even be. I don't even want to see this come across my timeline, or be anywhere near it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, next week's topic is going to be our favorite characters' dick size, right?
Or as anime Twitter fell in love with over a day was, how would this character be if they were a dildo?
Oh, I've seen those.
That was haiku. Yeah. You see, I'm just saying, that's how crazy that.
I was like, I don't even know how that's a question. That's some creative thinking, though.
Leave my boy Kageyama and my other boy Hinata alone, man. They just want to play some volleyball. They don't want no part of this. Yeah. They didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
They're innocent. Shit.
Innocent. Yeah. I mean, if I'm trying to think if like there was any questionable fan service.
I know some.
I go to. Oh, go ahead. You go first.
I remember it was years ago. I saw an anime called High School of the Dead.
Oh, I heard about that.
That was just 100% creepy fan service. It's all like high school kids and a zombie outbreak,
right.
And just there's like shower scenes. Like, it doesn't show anything, but it is like the soap suds just covering like anything that they can't show.
Would be considered nudity.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is not right. What are we doing here?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that would make sense. I remember maybe not so much fan service, but like a very real, like, kind of creepy moment. It was actually again, Neon Genesis Evangelion. There is a scene that takes place where Asuka is like in a coma or in a hospital bed, and Shinji goes and checks on her, and it's like it's prolific in that series because like he straight up just like masturbates, like while she's not like unconscious, like right in front of her, and like you don't see it, but you see like the residue on his hand.
Oh, dude,
Did
I miss that when I was watching?
That was the original 27 episodes, or 26, like the original series. You won't catch that in the rebuilds at all.
Well, I watched
probably
it
not
on
Netflix.
That's the one I watched. So
you probably won't. I haven't seen Netflix, but you probably won't catch it on there because that was a very controversial scene.
I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. A lot of people, if you just seen NGE for the first time, you're probably going, what in the fuck? I mean, NGE has some questionable things. Period. It does go into the realm of like deep psyche and trauma of these kids and these children and what they're put against. So it's interesting to see that aspect of it. I mean, nothing like shows. You just see like the prelude and then the after of it. But you obviously put two and two together, which is meant to be. But yeah, that's an interesting moment in that series for sure. How that takes place.
Did it like lead to any plot development, or was it kind of just a throwaway thing that could have been left out?
Well, it's interesting because you think about it. If it leads in, it depends on what ending you want to talk about. Because we have the original ending, which I would assume, if in that case it's just the development of Shinji and Shinji finally just doing, not giving a fuck and just doing what he does instead of being told what to do. But then if you take like the end of Evangelion, the movie, where it's Shinji and Asuka end up the only two humans alive, then maybe there's, I don't really want to get into it at this point because NGE is prolific in where people are on there's like a 50-50 mark where it's like half the people say, yeah man, there's so much like foreshadowing and deep thought and like this train of thought in psychology, and then the other 50% are like, dude, just like Hideki Anno just didn't give a fuck, dude, you're thinking too much into it, so
I didn't understand the end at all. So,
dude, end for me. I'm on the side of like there's a lot of like psychological shit that goes on, and because end of Evangelion, like, do a lot of people. I'm not saying I had an existential crisis, but I think I should have not had those feelings.
Well, I think I told you I haven't watched that movie yet. So like my ending is just like the last like 2 or 3 episodes where fucking makes no sense. It's just it's just a lot of imagery happening, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I don't understand any of that. Those last 3 episodes might as well have been fucking like me tripping out on acid, because it made 0 sense to me.
Yeah. Well, all I gotta say is watch the end of Evangelion then, and see how that takes you. You may have a worse trip on that one.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, that's where I'm on that one. And then, I just don't see like that type of fan service actually stopping anytime soon.
No, it's not.
It's just something for me that I go into is like, maybe because I've been watching anime for so long, but it's like, it's rough for me when I try to get someone into a show, and like maybe there's like a 5-second period of fan service, and then like they immediately drop it. Like there's all these other good qualities within the series, but it's like, oh, not for me.
Yeah.
And it's gone. Like Fireforce is a big one.
Yeah. What was it? They're wearing G-strings or something? The guys? Is that what you said?
Oh yeah, no, they're just wearing nothing.
Oh.
They're just like an overlay of like a cloth.
Oh. But
Yeah.
no, sorry, I just randomly like thought of you saying that.
Thinking about that, huh?
Yeah.
Did
you post like a picture of it or something?
I did. Yeah,
okay.
I did.
I knew there was an image I
like
seen
a
of
3
that.
tweet. Yeah. It's like I did it like people complain about fan service, and then I said the fan service, and it was like all guys.
Yeah.
Of course, because there's like the joke where it's like the one video is like, this is why I don't play games, because this caters to the male fantasy, and so I was kind of playing on that. It's like, yeah, something for the ladies too.
Yeah, it's cool because like to see that where you haven't really like seen like fan service catered to women, right? Because like you can kind of relay it to like our Western TV shows now, where there's more of that. Like before, it'd just be nudity of women, and it's kind of like dipping in like Game of Thrones. Like you see like naked guys and naked girls, so it's not as biased or like targeted at one demographic. So,
well, dude, remember when Aquaman came out?
I do. A couple years ago.
Was your social media not? What's that guy's name who played Aquaman?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, dude, my whole social media was nothing but Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
On the timeline.
I mean, if you look at one of our buddies, it still is.
No shame, dude. No shame. Hey, dude. Most recently, Henry Cavill, Superman, but Witcher. Well, boy, I mean, hey, I have no shame saying dude's jacked, man. Dude's looking good.
Dude, he is.
That's goals.
He's got the prime male physique.
I saw something where it was just recently today or yesterday where it's like someone mentioned, yeah, Henry Cavill looks good, but like he makes what was it? Oh man, it's like he grimes up nicely, and it was like clean cut Superman and like dirty the Witcher.
Oh
yeah.
I was gonna say the
and
Fisherman's like, Superman in the beginning of
yeah,
Man
that too.
Yeah, but yeah, The Witcher too.
Yeah, well, dang, I didn't think about that. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Let me see here if I can get it on my Twitter. What did I posted in my Discord, I think, or somewhere. Whatever. I ain't too stressed about it.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. I'm calling a new term that's like the opposite of cleans up well, and I'm calling it grimes up good.
That's Henry Cavill, huh?
That's Henry Cavill.
I mean, even Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I mean, he's a sweaty dude.
Yeah, just a guy.
Yeah. But
That's
I mean, I don't know if there's anything else. I think we've hit the fan service pretty good in terms of like a introduction into it for those that aren't aware of it. I'm not sure if there's any other topics you want to touch on that in the fan service realm.
No, I think we hit it. If you're out there drawing fan art of our My Hero kids, just chill, please.
Yeah. Take it easy.
Yeah, midnight. There you go. Just have fun with it.
Yeah, there's someone at midnight, Mount Lady.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. Give us what we want.
I think the show already gave us that with midnight.
Yeah, and Mount Lady too.
Yeah.
That's probably why. But yeah, anyways, that's kind of our, that's where we stand on fan service. At least for me, when it's appropriate, I don't mind it. I think it enhances the show. I think it provides comedic relief, and it's part of the anime culture, the manga culture. I mean, dude, talk about manga. We're Sunken Rock, bro.
Dude, Sunken Rock, that was etchy. That wasn't even fan service. That was just boom in your face.
In your face.
Twins
Sexual
in your
innuendo.
face.
Literally.
Yep.
Literally.
Ooh, what was that? What was that accent, bro?
I don't know. I guess that was just me saying literally in your face.
Do a whole fucking episode doing like a Cockney, British accent.
Oh, today we're going to be recapping, we're done with the fan service, and we're going to recap now, what's it called, No Gun Life, and Samurai Champloo, plus Chainsaw Man. So if you think about it, stay tuned. Okay, dude.
Oh, bro. I'll give you a clap. That was good.
That was a good one? All right, good.
I don't know if the accent was good, but I'm glad you did it.
All right, good. But yeah, so we are going into our recaps. We're officially putting the stamp on fan service as done, and we're going into the recaps. So, what do you want to start with?
Let's do Samurai Champloo, since you didn't watch all 3 episodes, bro.
Bro, I told you that in confidence, man.
Dude, how are you gonna be sometimes ahead of the game watching like 6 more than you have to, and then now you're behind? Bro.
I got no excuse. I got busy. What am I gonna do? Oh, you know what, dude? So life happens, and don't talk Mr. Hurricane Boy. You skipped a whole fucking week. I think I can catch some fucking slack, dude. No, last episode you said it was the easiest day on your life.
It was.
You can't pull that shit on me.
But they're like hyping it up, bro. They're like, it's a category 3, category 4. Like, stay inside, board your windows, your walls, like, survive. I was like, oh shit, this is real. Then there was not even a break.
I got caught up on stuff, man. No, that's no excuse. I'll take it. I'm catching up this week, but I just got caught up. I got hung up on some things. IRL.
Dude, was it game streaming? You over there streaming?
No.
No.
If you actually look, you can't really see right there for those watching the video. I've been getting into. I had a friend get me into cassettes, man, tapes.
Oh, dude, I've seen you posting about those.
Yeah, so like I remember back in where we're at in Prescott, Arizona. It's a big retirement community, so like thrifting there was really bountiful, if that was a word I would use, because of course everybody drops off their old retro technology. That was kept in pretty good shape, and I used to thrift a lot. I still have some pieces left over. I pick up record players, refurbish them a bit, and then like old cameras. What is that? What is the
camcorders?
Like it would extend. Like you pop it open, and it would extend. Like that's how old and good condition these were. And like I would go to the antique shops on Whiskey Row, and I would spend a day hunting for records. I'd find like Fleetwood Mac, Jim Croce, and that was like a good find for me. Like that would make my day. But moving, I moved to Colorado and then moved back to California. I kind of lost that, and so when I had this friend reach out to me about these cassettes, and in the music genre that I've been into these past couple of years, and very much into, which is future funk, which is essentially house disco, but it's more than that. It is its own genre, future funk. Think like old school city pop and like disco, but like now on today's twist. And so there's been like a resurgence in cassette tapes, like brand new cassette tapes. So they introduced me to it, and I've been like it hit that itch that I haven't had for a long time, because I'd go thrifting and find these vintage items. And so this past couple weeks, I ordered some tapes, and I've been thrifting, and you saw that right there. It's an all-in-one stereo system, a Sanyo, which is cassette, AM, FM, and record player. And I spent this time, finding speakers and hooking it up, and this one's a little difficult for me. Tapes aren't playing too well on it, and the record's spinning faster than it should be. So that kind of got my attention for a while, and kind of researching that, and then going into like now I'm researching like hi-fi systems. Like, if I just get a tape deck, and I get a receiver, then I'll get an amplifier, then a separate record, then these speakers, and I'm gonna wire it all into the receiver. And like going into all of that, it's like, I'm getting too much into it, and that's just the type of person I am. Like once something gets my attention, then it's like I'm going like full speed ahead and like diving into that world, which has been fun. Actually, with that, shout out Phoebe. I won't get into it. That's not part of the podcast. Just had some good artists that I look up to. I had some good interaction with them, so it was pretty cool.
Sweet.
What were we talking
about? Dude, you're a man under your time, though. You were supposed to be at least in the 80s, like born in the 80s, or living grown man in the 80s.
In the 90s, I think. 80s and 90s, probably, yeah.
Tape decks and shit.
Tape decks for sure. I had that hipster mustache too for a while, so.
Oh, I know, dude.
Yeah, man, it's in my blood. It's in my blood for sure.
It's meant to be.
But yeah, recaps. Champloo, take it away, Jay.
All right, so episode 13, we get the first part of the double header, which was, what was it called? Like Miscreants or something like that?
Yeah, let me actually have it opened up here. Misguided Miscreants 1 and 2, Mugen's kind of backstory.
Yeah, I love this shit. So you get the opening, it's a pirate attack on a ship. And like I was watching, I was like, oh shit, like I never really thought about Japanese pirates, when you think of pirates, it's always fucking like the Caribbean when you think about it,
Jack Sparrow.
It's Jack Sparrow style, And I was like, oh, of course, like the whole world probably had pirates. Like, why wouldn't there be some in Japan? And then, yeah, like there's like little nuances. So you keep seeing like this is like a time period in Japan where like the way of the samurai is on the way out, and kind of like technology and like guns is basically like gunpowder is making its way for a samurai not to be able to survive. And you see that with the head pirate. Mm-hmm. And when he pulls out a gun, like everyone's like, oh shit, like there's not much you can do like with the sword,
Yeah.
And first off, it hits like the hip hop motif where he's all holding the gun sideways like a gangster. Like he's straight up in like Compton. I was like, yeah, I dig this dude. And then you hear him, like there's you flash forward like a little bit of time after that attack on the boat, and they meet up with Mugen, and you see they have a history. Right. And the head pirate's trying to recruit Mugen to go through on this heist plan with him, and Mugen's like, kind of like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, no, he basically just tells him no in that moment. And we get kind of like flashbacks of Mugen's past, where he's standing on a cliff.
Yeah.
And he's about to get shot, and he does what Mugen does and just take things into his own hands and just jumps off. And he says like a badass one-liner. He's like, I never asked for anyone to help me in my life, so why would I ask you guys to help me into my death? And he jumps. I was like, that's probably the most gangster thing you could say. Yeah.
Scheduling that tattoo appointment right now.
Yep. So then I think, was it episode 13 that he actually agrees to do the heist? Or is that 14?
It's 13, yeah.
Okay.
That's like leading into it.
Yeah. So he agrees to do the heist. And then he ends up double-crossed. The dude fucking like has the plan is in action. Mugen's like sailing in on another ship, and like crashes his boat. Like it's like a battering ram crashes into the Japanese Imperial ship, I think it is, and they're about to like raid it. Right. And people had snuck in like supply barrels, so they're already in the ship, and they're supposed to like basically like take out all the people. So it's like an easy attack. Like a ship comes in and attacks, and then they're getting attacked from the inside of the ship as well. Mm-hmm. But then the head pirate dude, he like throws a bomb at Mugen as he's on the boat, and you see like a giant explosion from Jin and Fu's perspective on the shore, and they're like, the little sister of the pirate's like, Mugen was on the boat, and then like cuts, and you're like, ah, shit. So do you want to add anything? Because I think that's the episode you watched, right? 13?
Yeah, I think it covered for the most part. Yeah, and I did see that was kind of the. I would like to add. There was a moment where Fu and Jean were talking to the sister of the head of the brother, you know.
Yeah.
And they're going back and forth where essentially the village they grew up in was nothing but felonies and criminals and outlaws, and they were children born into that, and that's why they are the way they are, and Mugen is the way he is, you know. And I think when the brother was persuading Mugen, he was touching on that that note, and he was saying, you know, we are the same, you know, our souls have a stain on them, you know, they're dark.
Yeah.
This is the place we come from, and you know, it's interesting because it's unfortunate that it does catch him for a bit. People do feel like that, you know, if they're coming from a shitty environment, that's the only thing they know is to be a shitty person, and they might not, you know, try to make themselves better. So I thought that was a good kind of a good perspective on Mugen and why he is the way he is.
Yeah, it just fleshes him out. You're like, yeah, of course, that's how he'd be.
Yeah,
and then,
that's what I would add to that.
Yeah, that's good. Also, dude, that scene where they're both on like the horseback, and they're like, whoever pulls the reins and stops the horse loses.
Yeah.
And they both go off the cliff. I was like, dude, these guys are in it, you know?
What the fuck happened to the horses? That's what I want to know.
The horses are dead. They're gone.
No, man, you can't do that.
Dude, they're gone. They're gone.
Call PETA right now.
Bro, there's no PETA back in fucking ancient Japan.
Feudal Japan.
There might have been, actually. I mean, they have those houses for the women.
The woman.
Yeah, so maybe there was some animal rights people.
You're comparing women to animals, Jake? Come on, dude.
Oh, dude, you're gonna really? Dude, you really
I didn't say that, bro. You said that. It wasn't me, man.
Dude, that was messed
up. That's what you get, bro. That's what you get for putting me on the spot for Champloo.
I had to. You did not have to do that.
Maybe.
Friendship's done, bro. Podcast over. Last
over.
session.
Well, guys, it's been good. I'll catch you next week on my own podcast called Monch John. No, it's not.
Dude, that's weird. That would be a different show.
It would. That's why I didn't upload the one I did by myself, because it just didn't feel right.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
That's that Patreon episode.
Bonus. Bonus. If you subscribe to our Patreon, you get a bonus episode, just me talking about anything.
Right, rambling with this British accent. Cockney.
Cockney. Whichever accent you want, dude, I'll give it to you. You gotta be a tier 3 sub, which means providing our Funimation and Crunchyroll subscription for life.
Oh shit! Do it.
Don't do that. I'm kidding. Just don't. I don't want to be held to that.
But all right. Let me get into next episode before we just go on a tangent. So next episode starts where Mugen he's drowning. He's alive after that whole explosion. I mean,
right.
Spoilers. Like, if you didn't know he was gonna live, he lived. And he's just floating. You see him just floating in the water. And there's like some pretty powerful music going on. A lot of imagery, a lot of cuts. It's just one cut after another. Like every 3 or 4 seconds, it's cutting to a different scene. And some of it's reflecting back on his life as a kid. And it also cuts back to that moment on the cliff again, and you see like his whole reaction. It's like basically the whole scene again where he jumps off, says his badass line, and then I see that and I'm like, there has to be a reason they're showing that twice. And then further in the episode, the sister is talking to Jin and Fu, and she's telling them how she wishes her brother was dead, and like she wants them to like deal with him basically. And she tells them that her brother in the past, at that moment where Mugen jumps off the cliff, he had been set up by the brother.
You're right.
And to take like the fall on some crime they did, or he did, and Mugen like took the blame and didn't like rat the dude out. So that's kind of, you see like he's loyal. He might not seem like it. He's like kind of a vagabond, not loyal if you just take it on face value, but
vagabond, like that, man.
Yeah, but
if you guys don't know, Jordan is a really good writer. Descriptive writing. Dude, you posted that tweet the other day supporting one of our supporters. I was like, damn, Jordan.
Oh, bro, God
damn, you're
from
good
my heart.
fucking writing, bro. It's like, the fuck? So, just give your plugs right now on your Reddit, or if you're still doing that.
Yeah, I haven't really uploaded anything, dude. It's
coming soon.
Coming soon. Under construction. But yeah, so you see that, and then you see Jin and Fu. They like rush to like help him. Like they're worried about Mugen. These are friends, and they might not act like it. There might be a lot of like banter, like back and forth, like them talking shit to each other, and especially Jin. Like he claims he wants to be the one to kill Mugen, and vice versa. But these little nuances, you realize they actually kind of are caring about each other. They're friends. You wouldn't be going on like a giant trip with people that you wouldn't like grow in a relationship with,
I think that became apparent too when we had a couple last week. We had the whole scene with Jean and the brothel, and Mugen and Fu came running to his aid. As much as they want to kill each other, I think there's that. There is a promise that will happen, but it's that camaraderie and that friendship that came along with it. The respect that. We'll see it play out for sure, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and so like going further into that, the sister leads Jean to look where the brother is. He's teamed up with the captain of the ship that they had the heist on. So there's like a whole giant conspiracy unraveling, and Jin just murders this dude. Like it's not even a fight. Like it's like a 3/, like you're done. And then the brother, he's like, I see now, like, basically he's saying, like, she played everyone. The sister completed the triple cross. So she killed, like, she set it up that she leaves with the dude who the brother had, like, the plan with, like, to get the money. And then she triple crossed the brother. So she's with this other dude, this Imperial. So it's like so much backstabbing going on. And it makes sense with when you have their backstory, though. And they grew up in that town,
that environment.
Yeah, and so then Mugen finally wakes up, and Jin's like, "I killed him already," because Mugen's like stumbling, like trying to get to go kill the brother for what he did, and he's like, "I did it already." He's like, but he tells her the story about the sister, what she did, and he's like, that's the enemy I can't kill. And then you see like Mugen just like stumbling down the road using his sword as like a crutch almost, and then you see they come like face to face with the sister and this Imperial dude with all the money, and you're like, oh shit, like it's about to go down. And Imperial dude like charges after Mugen, and of course he kills him even though he's like half dead still. And then he starts like hobbling towards the sister. It's like, oh, he's about to murder her. And then in the savage move, he doesn't even look at her. He just walks past and like keeps going. And like she's like crying, like, kill me, and doesn't even like pay her any mind. I was like, oh, dude, that's gangster.
Damn, man. Woo.
Yeah. Yep.
Talk about an OG. Yep,
that's some good shit. Those 2 episodes were some hitters. And then the next episode is pretty good as well. They starts out, you see ninjas like chasing someone through the forest, and they're like throwing like stars, like doing ninja shit up in the trees and stuff. This dude's like barely dodging them, and then he just like runs past the river and he throws something in it and keeps running, and then it cuts, and Mugen and Fu are like eating fish, and Jin's like fishing, and he can't catch anything. So they're like, just come eat some of ours. Like, it's okay, you can't catch anything. And then they start roasting him because before they started fishing, he dropped a line on him where he's like, fishing is the ultimate battle of man versus nature. And then Mugen's doing like the impression of Jin like saying that, and so like everyone's laughing. I'm laughing on my couch. It's all fun and games. And then he like jumps in the water and comes out with a bag of gold, and you realize that's what the dude threw into the water. And so they're like, we're rich. And Mugen drops the line, he's like, we're filthy bitch. And then Fu's like, it's not filthy bitch, it's filthy rich. And I was dying at that. Just
filthy bitch.
Yeah. Oh,
damn,
dude.
okay. Alright, Mugen.
Yeah, I was dead. So then they end up like heading to the city that was their next destination. I think it was like Kanchi or something like that. And of course, Jin and Mugen head straight to the brothel. And there's they're like picking out like their girls, like, you know, I guess that's what you do in a brothel, you pick out what girl you want, and they both want the same one, and they like do like, instead of like rock paper scissors, they're like shadow boxing, and like Mugen hits him with like a shadow box uppercut, and Jin just falls down like he got hit. So he won. There's like little nuances like that in this episode that got me. And it comes to find out that that money they found was stolen by undercover police. They had infiltrated this brothel, and it's counterfeit, and they were about to, the brothel gangsters, whoever runs that, was about to like release it into like circulation, and the police they needed it as evidence basically. So the geisha girl that Jin and Mugen were fighting over ends up being like an undercover cop.
Oh.
And yeah, and like Mugen like is just infatuated with her, like they're getting attacked and stuff, and he's like, I'm not fighting, and then she's like, I'll let you do whatever, and then he'll like, oh shit, and he starts like beating the shit out of everyone. Like
Damn,
he's easily convinced. And yeah, there's the part in it where they mention that ninja were used in like the police, and like I never realized that. I'd like ninja as police back in the day, and like I kind of looked into it, and it, like the history of things, it kind of looked like the police force kind of would use like shinobi as well.
Wow.
Like, because I mean, like obviously they're masters of stealth and everything, so
yeah,
you probably need that if you were like doing like undercover work or whatever. So that was kind of like a little cool thing that I picked up just watching it. Mm-hmm. And of course, like the end of the episode wasn't like anything like mind blowing. Of course, everyone lives. The cops like get away with, like arrest everyone, like they succeed. And it's funny though, at the end of it, like the head cop the cop who was undercover, the one that Mugen had been infatuated with, she like knocks him out and like leaves him, and then like her and her little like sidekick, like I don't know, deputy or whatever you would call it, are like leaving, and he's like, you think it's okay to leave him? And she's like, yeah, he's got friends, and anyway, that's the man I'm gonna marry. Like she just low-key drops it, and he's like, wait, what? He's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I think I fell in love with him. And I was like, oh shit. And then like, yeah, then like at the end of the show, she was like, once these parts of our lives play out, like I'm gonna find you. I was like, oh man. I guess there's hope for even Mugen in the world for love.
Mugen, man.
So yeah,
what a bae.
That's basically
it.
it.
I look forward to watching that then.
Yeah, I mean you should have already, but It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, dude. So keep bringing it up.
Oh shit! But now No Gun Life, bro. This is
So yeah, let's get into No Gun Life. Yeah, so No Gun Life, man. I have to say, I'm really digging the noir aspect of it, and I'm actually, for the first time in a while, I'm struggling in which way I want to watch this, in sub or dub. I love both.
what did you watch both? Like both
I'm
versions?
leaning
or?
more towards sub, because the VA for the sub for Izuno, the sub is like prolific voice actor. He was in this other one called like Thunderbolt Fantasy I've been watching recently. Oh man, it's so good. But the dub is really good too. I'm struggling.
I watched dub on this. I enjoyed it.
All right, you watch dub, I'll watch sub. I think that'll be fair.
That's fair.
All
Yeah,
right.
dude, it's cool though. Like you said, the noir is dope, and dude, this has got to be like the first. I don't know. It blends so many like subgenres. You got noir, and there's cyberpunk blended in, and then like even some steampunk, just with his gun. His gun basically being like revolver status. It's not
And
like,
can rust.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what? How many genres are gonna blend here? Blend them all. Fuck it. Let's do it.
There
But-
was and it's so funny. We have typical noir. The main character smokes, and I've never smoked them. Like I've had drags or whatever, and we have cigars on special occasions.
Yeah.
I've never been one to smoke and actually look for smoking, but I will tell you that if I do see someone, I do think smoking looks cool when it's like on screen.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like this guy looks fucking badass. He's smoking his one cigs. They can only find a certain kind that he likes. I'm like,
Yeah.
especially in that kind of noir sense. I think it really really pulls everything together.
Yeah. What do you think of like the story?
It's interesting. So as far as I can tell right now, I didn't expect what happened in the first episode to take place, but I like it. I think there's probably a couple more episodes for the building to take place before it really pulls me in. Like I'm feeling that. Like the world building is really good right now.
Yeah.
The whole like he's the son of the CEO of this big company, but it's like he's been taken advantage of. It's like interesting in that aspect too. I love like the extended and the overextended premise where it's definitely totally cyberpunk where you get modified, and it's almost like Ghost in the Shell like as well.
Yeah.
But I guess that falls into that cyberpunk genre. So I'm really digging that. I really want to learn more about his time in the war that they mentioned. Like he was an old gun model unit that worked as a unit, as a pair. Like you mentioned, someone has to shoot the gun on his head.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that come into play yet. So I think there's a lot of tidbits that I've thrown out there that once come together is going to make a really cool hook.
Yeah, it's gonna be badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I can't remember it. They were just calling him like an orphan in the beginning, but he's the son of the CEO.
Yeah.
Like the whole, basically like they took away his ability to talk, so they cut his vocal cords. He can't walk or anything.
His Achilles tendons were cut.
Yeah, but
Prisoner.
he can't run, but he has the power to like control like any augmented from just like wherever. Like he can like just, I don't even know how to explain it, like put his mind into this body, like take it over and basically like operate it like another body. So like he can carry himself around and whatnot if he has to move himself, which he does. And that's just a cool like backstory because he can't use his real body, so he's going to have to rely on using this ability he has like to control others for his sake. Right. And we see him do that with is it Juso? Is that his name? The gunhead?
Something like that. Juso Ino, or if I recall.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. So, dude, the visual of him attacking that train was pretty dope too. Like his little revolver wrist. Like,
I'm curious actually. When was this this animation? When was this released?
I feel like it was a couple years ago, maybe 2018.
Yeah, I thought it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say 2018 or so.
I like
but
it.
I like I like how that like executive or whatever from the corporation, Cunningham or whatever, the little like nerd looking guy. And his whole plan to like control Juso was just to buy all the cigarettes up in the city.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dude, that's how fucking corporations would operate. Like, that would be a move That's a move they'd move. That's some Martin Shkreli shit.
Yeah, I thought that was a good way of, obviously he's gonna overpower them. So it's like, how can we get him where it hurts in a logistics point of view? I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it a lot.
It gave you a little kind of like tidbits into this universe too, because they hint that some extended have to use. There's something in these cigarettes that continues to let them operate, so they need them to function.
Right.
But yeah, they thought that would be something in Juso. Like that's why he used or smoked cigarettes. But then at the end of the episode, you realize like, no, he's just like, no, I just like the way they taste. Like, and then he's like, fully just destroys them.
Yeah.
So he's cool, different, man, in that aspect from the other augmented.
Yeah. I think for the most part, these first three was like obviously the introductory world building.
Yeah.
So for me, like, there's not much to say other than like we cover right here. Other than the characters that we got were pretty cool, and a lot of things seem to be developing into a cool story.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. We got the mob. We got this evil corporation. We got basically everything you need for noir and cyberpunk.
Yeah, and the music is really good too. That goes along with it.
Yeah, definitely.
I love how like in the first episode there was the broken down office area with the windows shattered, and it's like typical detective,
Yeah.
doing his own thing for money.
Yeah, like some Dick Tracy shit.
And then the engineer, the back alley doctor. I love all that, and I think that really encapsulates or captures that genre extremely well. And that's why I'm also looking for like cyberpunk coming out, is because there's like the same similar thing, and I can tell this one's gonna be good. This is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say on it.
Yeah, I think for right now, like, it's just the introduction. Like, it's funny, like, they always, like, one of those rules in anime is, like, watch the first three, then decide if you want to give up on the series or not. So, looking forward to what it has coming up for us next. But in terms of also, anything else you watched this week? Other than
just the usual, dude. This Bleach. Finished Kuroko's basketball. Well, season 1 at least. And I might say something that might just start a war, but I might like the anime for Kuroko's basketball over Haikyuu.
Whoa.
I know, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I can't say in the matter because I haven't watched the basketball one.
It's absurd, but it's fun. That's me saying that, by the way, isn't saying that Haikyuu's bad. I'm fucking watching it. I'm reading it.
You heard it here first.
I fucked up. I'm sorry. I take it all back.
You know the Haikyuu stands on Twitter about to come down at you.
Oh, dude. No, don't let it happen. Protect me.
Dude, don't. I'm not in this. This is your battle.
But then ReZero, of course. Got some development in that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch the newest God of High School, so I'm one episode behind on that. Then more Japan Sinks. Dude, I watch like one episode a week on that, and it just leaves me not even wanting to go outside.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's scary,
Not
dude.
bad, huh?
Yeah, but it's good, but it's scary. It's like, fuck, the world is a scary place.
It's like watching that old show, what was it, like 1,000 Ways to Die? On like Spike
Kinda
TV.
is, yeah,
it's like,
I forgot
damn,
about
they don't
that.
want to fucking go outside.
Yeah, yep, similar to that. I know I was watching other stuff.
I think you were going to watch Darling, or was you waiting to finish something else first?
Yeah, I was waiting to finish Kuroko's basketball.
Kuroko's.
Yeah.
There's Fire Force, God of High School, ReZero, Sword Art are some of the big ones out right now. We're watching No Gun, Champloo, and then were you watching Megalovox or Baki? I feel like you were talking about that.
I watched like maybe 6 episodes of Megalobox. So I have a lot to do. I have so much to get caught up on. But like I've been trying to just focus on one at a time right now, just because I fucking start something new.
Well,
and
I mean, I think we're taking on Yu Yu Hakusho pretty soon now, right? Just for like a recap of the tournament arc. I think it's probably a good time. Yeah. So, when was this happening? Next week or the week after? When is your brother available?
Let's do the week after.
The week after. Okay, so 2 weeks from now, of this recording, we're gonna have another guest come online. This is Jordan's younger brother, so I need you all to come on and give support for him because he's pretty cool. And we're gonna be talking about Yu Yu Hakusho. Essentially, not the whole series because it's gonna be a lot. That's a big thing to cover in the episode. We're gonna be talking about, of course, the tournament arc, the Tournament of Power, the Dark Tournament, and Kurabara, Kurama, Hiei, Yusuke, Botan, you name it, Toguro. We're gonna be covering it also.
Don't forget Chu.
Don't forget Chu. Yes. And so we're gonna be covering that, and it's gonna be pretty cool episodes because it's near and dear to our heart, and I know it's near and dear to a lot of people's heart, especially those that follow us, because we specialize or we are heavily sentimental and nostalgic on those 90s animes, those 2000 animes. So please look forward to that, and please watch that. It's gonna be awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
Yeah. So 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. I don't know if we need to recap Chainsaw Man.
Oh, geez, Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, bro. It sounded like you were in a sound off mode.
I was in sound off mode. Chainsaw Man. Yes. So we got the closing of this kind of gang war we've had with the Yakuza, and I think we opened up with Denji and Power being trained by this OG demon hunter,
the old drunk.
Yeah, and I loved when they said, "Well, we can't beat him by power. We got to be intelligent." And they throw on some glasses.
Yeah,
and
dude, I was dying.
Put up their tie, and now they're like intelligent. But it worked for a bit. Actually, it worked in their favor. I thought it was pretty cool. I love that panel in there.
You gave him props.
Gave him props. And then we get into pretty much the climax of this arc, which I love, man. Every time I'm reading this, I'm glad we're doing 10 because it's getting Danger Zone for me, Jay.
Oh, dude, I kept wanting to go.
It's getting Danger Zone, man. I'm gripping this pen right now, and I'm going, I gotta relax because I want to read more. So.
It's fucking so good, dude. The whole part where Aki's making a contract with a new
devil?
demon. Yeah, dude. And
dude, isn't that insane?
Yeah, then he's like, all I want is to live inside your eyes because the way you die is going to be the worst.
The price, that's the most vicious thing. The only price I want is to live your death. Oh.
Yeah, dude, I was like, oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
And he was like, you want to know how it happens? And he was like, nah, I'm good. I was like, yeah, you don't want to know what happens. Like, if it's that bad, fuck that. I never want to know.
Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, and then that took place after the battle, right?
Yeah.
So, dude, actually, I want to touch base on that because we got a really cool moment with Denji having his Omae Uemu Shinderu moment with the Sword Demon. But prior to that, we had Aki face down the girl with the Pact of the Snake Demon. Yeah. And we got some really cool thing. The Snake Demon consumes, and I guess can also use the power of the demons that it consumed, and so it provided the ghost demon or the hand demon. I'm not too sure what it was. That was Aki's best friend and potential love interest. I think it was Himiko, her name.
Yeah. And
so he was like, he's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And he had that moment, but it was almost like a facade because the demon handed him a cigarette. and it said easy revenge, like he's allowing him to close the gap between him and the snake demon. Or something, I thought that was like super cool. I didn't expect that at all.
I know,
and
that
I
was
love
cool.
That was like a really cool, touching moment for me, at least, because when Himiko died in the last chapters, or Hanukkah, I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I can't remember it either. Yeah,
but it was like, it sucked. It did suck, and a lot of the deaths are actually starting to really fucking suck.
Especially
I'm getting attached to these characters,
And you're seeing their backstory too. You're like through his memories, and like after he gets a cigarette, you see why that's like cigarettes are even a point. Like, why would you give someone a cigarette? That was like, if you died, why would that be like something you pass on after your death?
Yeah,
and,
memento. Only he would know.
And then you see
from their bond.
Yeah, their bond.
I love shit like that, man. I love shit like that. So it's Chainsaw Man is constantly one-upping themselves.
Oh, dude, and fucking Makima, how insane do you think she is? She just hands she hands the Yakuza a bag of eyeballs. She's like, this is everyone's mom, dad, wife, child, everyone in this room. Yeah, it's all of their eyes. I was like, what?
Dude, I'm getting bad vibes, man. Like, and especially when she was talking to that OG drunk demon hunter.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to do this for like these righteous reasons. He was like, bullshit, you're lying.
I
was like, motherfucker.
And yeah, you see him. He's like, he tells her, he's like, the reason I drink so much is because I see the ones I train go off and die.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit. Like, it's weighing him down, but like nothing seems to have affected her. She seemed like a bunch of friends die.
This is gonna be a series, man. Oh, and then we have the Shark Fiend, who has like, I guess he knows Chainsaw Devil on a personal level. I'm just like, whoa. Like I said, he's usually like so vicious, no one can understand him, but he's like obedient to Chainsaw. I was like, whoa, how's this gonna play out?
Right? Yeah. They're like,
this is crazy, man. This is going to some like, this was like just a typical bloodbath manga, but this is getting into like some like demon hierarchy type stuff, and I'm really looking forward to how this plays out.
Yep. And then we see round 2 of the chainsaw versus sword battle.
Yep.
That's pretty good, dude. Like, it was, I mean, I feel like the whole chapter that took place in was just panel, like no dialogue. It was just fight scene, the whole like 20 pages. Yeah, it was
easy
awesome.
to read. Very pleasing.
It was cool I liked the climax of it because it was cool. Like, you see Denji's starting to use his mind when fighting, and that's playing into his intellectual attack with power. You know what I mean? Like, they're training with the old man is like making him think about stuff. So he loses one arm and then he loses his other, and then the sword demon's like, I have you beat. And then he's like, whatever, like, as long as I have the chainsaw on my head, like, I still have a chance. And then the sword demon comes and basically like cuts the chainsaw in half off his head. But it was a misdirect almost, because
Denji, it was a misdirect.
Yeah, he created this chainsaw out of his leg and did like a kick, an upward kick, and cut the sword demon in half. Yeah,
straight in half.
Yep. And then we realized,
Denji,
he's just like Denji though. He can get put back together, so they just stick him back together and arrest him. And then you see Denji go back to his, childish ways, and he's like,
with Aki.
With Aki, they're the nut shots.
They're gonna torture this dude and like pretty much pay back. What they say is like a requiem. Do you hear our requiem to you? And they're referring to Aki's friend, because they're kicking him so hard in the nuts that he's obviously yelling. Top of his lungs. I thought that was cool. I'm a fan of that kind of like old school payback, almost kind of like a Pulp Fiction type of payback, like almost a total Quentin Tarantino vibe. Like,
for sure.
For sure, huh?
Yep.
I love that. Yeah.
And then I think that's the same, like the end of that chapter, it might have been the beginning of the next one, you get that foreboding dream of Aki, or not Aki, but Denji.
The door.
And he's like, don't open it. And then he wakes up all startled. Like, what the fuck was that about?
Yeah.
What's in the box? What's in the door?
What's in the box? What's in the door? Yeah, man, this is gonna be good.
It is. Dude.
I don't want to drop this one. I don't know. I understand. I mean, I don't know how much chapters is in it right now, but
it's only like 70 something. So we're like halfway through, dude.
we're reading 10. We're reading 10 a week, not instead of 5. So I think we can.
It'll end around.
Maintain this. You know, I don't want to drop this like mid or halfway through.
No, we'll go all the way through, I'm sure.
Okay. All right, cool. Because I'm really digging it. And it's Shonen Jump, so it's weekly, so it's very up to date.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one last thing. At the end, we're gonna get a love triangle. It looks like. Because Dingy and Makima go on their date, and you see they're kind of similar. Like they are watching movies, like the movie marathon. Yeah, and they're like none of the movies are doing anything for them, and then they watch that last movie, and like they both catch the same feel. So it's like
I don't know, dude.
There's something.
This feeling of Makima, man.
I mean, she's insane. But then
I don't know, man.
But then you see Dingy. He like isn't like he's hiding on, was it like a telephone booth?
Payphone booth, yeah.
Payphone booth, yeah. If you guys don't know what that is, back in the day there used to be phones on the street. Oh, never mind. But then like a girl like pops in to get out of the rain as well, and you see Dingy like instantly fall in love. And there's even like the little comment. He's like, "Oh, Makima, help me because I'm gonna fall in love with this girl."
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, I'm looking forward to these next 10 chapters.
Yep, you can read them tonight now, dude.
I can. Yes, sir. I can.
Do it. But yeah, that's all I got on that, bro.
All right. Well, I think we're up almost about 1:30 in, so that's probably the best we're gonna get here. Again, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you, I guess we're doing this on YouTube now, so I can do that. Smash that like. No. If you see us on YouTube, subscribe, like if you'd like. If we provide entertainment for you, which I hope we did. Again, we're on Twitter at monch_hours.com, or monch_hours, I should say. Instagram at monch_manga. You can find any of us on that platform. We're more than happy to talk to you guys. We do it. We shit post. We joke around for the most part, and we talk shit to each other, which is how you know we're the fantastic friends. So check us out, and we'll have a good time for sure. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks guys. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Till next time on Monch Hours.